Hi guys, Jay Smith here, down at Bury Golf Range in Suffolk. Today I have with me good friend Andy Dack. Hello.
Hello.
Andy is here testing some equipment with me so we can get the equipment done from the point of view of handicap golfer, which is a
17.
Good. Wow. Spot on. Because I hate playing with 18 handicappers. Shot per hole. Right. Now, we're going to do a little bit of pointers testing for this video. We've already done the JPX 900 hot metal. If you want to see that one, link down there somewhere. Have a look. Also, we've done the forged. So we've done the 900 hot melt and the forged. Today, we are going to do the JPX 900 Tour. Now, if you go down by the handicap route of fitting golf equipment, no disrespect to Andy, but you've not got too much business hitting this.
No.
But I don't go by that rule. I go by the rule of, regardless of what handicap you are, how good is your strike? So if you're a 20 handicapper but can strike it out the middle quite consistently, why cannot you have these things? You might have a shockingly poor short game, or you might not have very good face to path orientation, so you can button it, it just goes offline, of which lessons will help. So I don't necessarily go by the, you can't hit that because you're a 17 handicap.
Okay.
What do you think? What's your viewpoint on that?
Well, it looks a little scary, this club, I must admit,
It is somewhat different.
What I'd normally use, but I'm prepared to give it a go. I mean, it's an attractive looking club. It does look thin.
It kind of, you could butter your toast with that, couldn't
Yeah, quite.
Got a very, very thin sole, and the top line is quite thin as well.
For sure.
What do you think of the looks of the club, though?
Well, it's attractive. I mean, the satin finish is different. How long this sort of finish will last if you're using it, but you know, as it looks today, it's a great looking club. Yeah.
Don't know. Mizuno, I don't believe, have really made golf clubs with a finish like this before. So it'll be interesting to see with the passage of time how things actually work or not. But we'll see. Yeah. Right. What we're going to do, we've got G2 on the floor. We have been set a hole to keep the same as the other hot melt and the forged video. It's 168 yards away. Now, bear in mind, those two clubs, 6 irons, are 27 degrees. This is not 27 degrees. This is 30-degree 6 iron, so we are seeing a definite weaker loft, and we may not be getting the green.
You're testing me, aren't you? This is going to be a test.
Test is not the word. I think, well, we were, if you hadn't seen the other videos, have a look. We're not doing too bad considering for distance when it comes to this green with this club. But I think to keep everything like for like, to see the difference in distance when you look at different clubs within a family, the 900 family, this may not go so far. So, right, what we're going to do, we've got Andy in his custom fit shaft, so that is not an issue whatsoever. You're going to hit some balls now at this completely unattainable pin.
Okay. Let's give this a go.
And it is also over the bunker.
Okay, we'll have a go.
Left side is the miss. I have the map on the screen so you can see.
A bit fat, but it's not too bad. It's not far enough.
Yeah, I mean, this is the interesting thing. It is fat, so that has just reached the front edge of the bunker. And bearing in mind, we're playing off mats. We're doing this video off of mats. If that would have been in the real world with grass, it might have been a clean your club time moment afterwards.
Yeah.
Because
it feels nice, but I think I may just be hitting it a little hard, bearing in mind I know it's going to be a shorter distance.
Just try and hit it as you would normally, and then we know it's going to come up short anyway, but we're just trying to get an idea of how the club is. Oh yeah. Now that was lovely. Oh, that was lovely. Right, now that's the difference.
Yeah.
You buttoned that. What did that feel like?
I still didn't think I middled that.
Did you not?
No, I think I can do better.
Okay, get another one. Because that was pretty good.
I'm still feel I'm trying to hit it a fraction too hard.
That was not bad at all. That was a little baby fade.
Yeah. That's a good shot.
You're happy with that one? That's slightly just Just very, very slightly right, is it? There you go, just very, very slightly right. And again...
That's the best I can do with that club.
Yeah, I mean, that was... yeah, I know, it's going to be difficult. We understood that it's going to be that way, but what do you think of the feedback with the club?
Actually, I like how it feels. It's a nice club to hit. That last one was beautiful. It just doesn't go quite as far as the other 6 irons, but whether that's important or not, if you know yardages, it doesn't really matter what the number is.
And you're 100% right. At the end of the day, the number on the bottom of the club is only a number. Like with my set of irons, I can't go... I mean, if I had these things, like the 900 hot metal and the forged, to 27 degrees, that's like my 5 iron. That's mental.
Yeah,
so
sure.
To get the same distance, I'm having to hit a 5 iron. But then again, if the number makes no difference, you're just pulling what you like. But then I can understand why it's a little bit kind of enticing, because if you've got a shot of 150 yards where most people say they're 7 iron and people are picking out 9 irons and stuff, it makes you sound and feel.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, for me, the number's not so important. It's how it feels, and you know, I don't know how hard this will be to hit, but that last one, it felt good, I must admit.
Yeah, I mean, lucky enough at the moment you haven't had a really bad strike, because these ones is different to the hot metals. Say like something that's really game improvement and quite chunky. Then when you do catch them slightly out the bottom, they will be a bit more forgiving. These things, not so much.
Okay.
If you hit these out the bottoms, these are the clubs that you kind of get the fuzzy fingers after you've hit.
Well, shall I try and hit a bad one?
You can try and hit a bad one. Before we go do some numbers, by all means, try and bash.
I just want to see how it feels.
Yeah, so how does it feel if I absolutely... So you pop that one back a little bit, so it's in GC2. Let's watch everybody.
So what I'm going to do is try and give this 110%, and that should be a guarantee of it going wrong.
Yeah, I'll just absolutely thrash at it. Do the classic thing that most amateurs do when they get upset.
Oh, I don't know.
And you've absolutely ripped it.
That was all right.
Oh no! See, if that's not a golf lesson in there, just rip it as hard as you can.
Actually, that felt pretty good. There was a little bit of draw on that one.
Right. Well, there you go.
Maybe I'm going to buy some.
The advice from this video is: don't worry about equipment whatsoever. Don't worry about being custom fit. Don't worry about having lessons at all. Literally, just grab anything out of any bag whatsoever, any person at the range, and just hit it as hard as you can. Great shot.
Sorry,
what we're going to do is we are now going to hit some real balls with GC2 and my Game Ball Vice Pro and see how this thing, when we hit it normally.
Okay.
Or 110%. See which ones work best.
Okay.
Let's go with some balls. Right guys, numbers time for the JPX 900 Tour. That was an interesting exercise because if you go by handicap testing, handicap fitting idea alone, that if you're hitting the tools, you should be of a certain handicap. Well, we kind of smashed that idea when we done the testing in the simulator, and that was daft because you're hitting decent shots, not too bad, and then you know what, I'll just absolutely rip this one. Go on and off you go, have a rip. And then you just literally ripped it, and I'm thinking this is going to go everywhere, and you piped a lovely shot. And so you carried that idea on when you went in and done the it's just crazy, right? We had 2 distinct differences on this. So we had 6 shots, and there was 2 shots there that obviously have dropped back. Now, why do you reckon they've dropped back?
Well, they definitely didn't come out of the centre, but what sort of shot it was, I'm not sure. But you know, it wasn't a centre strike.
No, and they were slightly heavy. They were literally just fractionally heavy, but if you've seen the other video that we did between the JPX 900 hot metal and also the other video of the 900 forged, you hit 1 shot each of the data set where it was quite substantially fat.
Oh yeah.
Now of these, you didn't hit that same poor strike. They were fat, but they were fractionally fat.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, what the interesting thing is that you haven't missed the middle by a lot when it comes to the slightly fat shots, but the difference in distance, you've lost nearly 20 yards. When it comes to your best one, you've got 165, and then your worst one, you've had 146, and that was a slight even in slightly high in the face because it was slightly fat.
Yeah,
I thought it was a slightly fat.
Okay.
This is tour all day long. Once you hit that bladed iron perfect, you're going to get the numbers, as you did. I mean, you've got here, what have you got? 146, slightly heavy one, 161, 162, 165, 149 and 156. So the 156 wasn't just, but it was still a decent shot. But how did that feel, the tour,
well,
to you?
Strangely, that was my most enjoyable club. It's not something I would ever hit. I don't use those clubs at all, but the longer I used it, the more I liked it. It because it's got a smaller sweet spot, it actually encourages you to look for that perfect shot.
And focusing on the strike, rather than when you've got something like the hot metal with such a large bat, you feel like you can nearly close your eyes and swing at it.
Absolutely, and that fourth shot where I tried to rip it just to see how bad it goes, and when it came clean, and it felt beautiful. So I really enjoyed it. So it's a very odd thing, actually. I'm not really sure what to think about the whole thing now.
Would you consider, as a mid-ish handicap person, would you consider buying these?
For me, I would, because a mid-ish handicapper that I'm looking to improve, I'd love to be single figure, and that's my goal for this year. So if I felt that they, in my bag, they could help me get there, I would do that.
There is no doubt that if you could start absolutely ripping these, like everyone says the same thing, but if you can get your strike that fractionally better, there's no reason why you could not play these. From now on, I certainly wouldn't be frightened of picking up a club like that and giving it a go. Well, we'll do a quick one, because what we did was we took the fat one out of the other two videos to get a true comparison, and I think from memory it's 164 was the carry for the other two clubs. Bear in mind the other two clubs were 27 degrees. This one is not. This is 30 degrees, so this is quite substantially, nearly one club weaker than the others. Now, that's carried, if you take your slight fat ones out, 161. 3 yards less. Yet, that's the straightest, it's the spinniest,
right.
It's the highest, and it descends quite nicely as well when it's only 3 yards difference.
It's interesting numbers, because that's the enjoyment I had. That's a lovely shot to have.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting exercise. I'm not sure what to think, really. Might have to change my irons at this rate.
An expensive video. But, right, hope you liked the video. If you did, click the like button below. Comment below if this has kind of stimulated your brain and working out if you could actually play better players' irons. This is completely strike based, right? I can't say this enough. When it comes to club testing, if you are a high handicapper and you can hit the middle but you struggle with, say, face to path and other things like that, there's no reason why you cannot play better players' irons, because it is strike dependent. If you're someone like no different to a low handicapper that has got very, very good face to path relationships, who can deliver the club very, very well, but strike is a little bit deviant on times, then you'd never fit yourself for clubs of the tour, because they're, as we see them, those just two tiny little fractionally fat ones.
Yeah, there wasn't much in it, but it was enough to drop it off a lot, wasn't it?
Exactly, quite punishing. So hope you liked the video. If you did, click the like button below, comment, anything like that, click that little subscribe button for me, and there we go. That's bad, isn't it? And we'll see you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my other social media. On Periscope, search AskGolfNut, and on Twitter, search @AskGolfNut. Thanks for watching.